from the campus of Maunalua High School.
In association with Menimac.
Featuring the latest highlights.
Giving voices
to stories untold.
We are Now Loading News.
Aloha and welcome to Now Loading News. I'm Luke Nakahoro and I'll be your host for this month's show. In this December edition of Now Loading News, we'll see what's now trending, a PSA from our social media department, see how Maunalua Student Association brings fun to students at home, talk story with students, and feature how elective classes are affected by distance learning. That's what's next on Now Loading News. As we close off this semester of school, continuing distance learning is still on the agenda, prompting this month's show to be filmed and produced from at home, as were the past shows this year. While the cases of COVID-19 in Hawaii have been moderately low, the state still wants to keep students and faculty safe, just in case, keeping coronavirus out of our schools and out of our community. Up next, we'll be featuring the latest happenings this month with Austin in Now Trending.
Hey guys, I'm Austin Areola, bringing you the latest in Now Trending. So far in this month of December, student activities have been starting back up. Our prestigious marching band began practicing early this month to hopefully get back their delayed season. Though practicing is different from any times before, they are still pushing through. Another thing that happened this December was the Hawaii International Film Festival, where storytellers around the state shared their greatest productions. Our very own Menimac alumnus, Mitchell Viernes, entered his film titled Water Like Fire. The film was amazing and you guys should totally check it out. Along with that, we actually got to ask him questions and meet him through a Q&A. As Christmas is almost here, Hawaii has found alternative ways to celebrate the festivities. One particular event that gets us in the holiday spirit is the Christmas light show drive-thru. The event held at the Aloha Stadium features spectacular light shows that you can enjoy in the comforts of your own car. In Hawaii, we always find a way to celebrate. Well, that's it for Now Trending. See you guys later.
Wow, this month is definitely going by fast. Not to mention, it's almost the end of the year. I'm looking forward to what else is to come in these next few weeks. Up next, we'll see a short PSA about the new grab-and-go lunch services for students. As families are going through these tough times, the last thing they need to worry about is where their hardworking children's next meal is coming from. Thankfully, the state has got them covered. Let's see more with grab-and-go free meals.
Did you not hear me? Go to the fridge. I'm hungry.
There's no food.
I want food.
Yeah, but there's no food.
Feed me.
Wow, 203 schools are doing the free grab and go program. And my school is one of them?
Feed me. That was good.
Great work from our social media department. A big part of the high school experience are the fun and interactive school events. I really miss dressing up during Spirit Week and participating against other classes in class competitions. Although it is a sad time to be missing out on all these key events, I still had fun participating in the alternative events. Our student association have been working hard to get these experiences to us students, even though we're at home. Let's see more with Distance School Spirit.
I have the form. I think the pandemic definitely hit us pretty hard, especially when it comes to a lot of school events. Basically had to be relegated to some sort of online meeting.
Things like Spirit Week, it's really fun coming to campus and seeing people dress up, but because not a lot of students are on campus and we can't have in-person Spirit Week, we're just going to have to rely on social media.
With the current restrictions on school events, the senior essay works towards providing students with safe alternatives.
We haven't really had that many events on campus with a lot of people, but those that we had, such as campus beautification, we had to limit the number of students that could attend.
It's not the same and how everyone is used to, so that might not meet everyone's expectations of good necessarily, but we're definitely trying to plan ways to work around it, push things back if they can be, trying to boost everyone's spirits up, trying to find a way to get them engaged in it.
Regardless of the limitations, SA members continue to keep working hard for the senior students to have a more enjoyable year.
So, just trying to see if we can have like modified events for prom or even graduation, so that way at least the students have something, right, as opposed to not having anything at all.
Luke Nakahoro for Now Loading News. I'm grateful to have such a hard-working student association. They make school really enjoyable. Hawaii is known to be the most diverse state in the United States, giving us the nickname of being the melting pot of cultures. There are many influences from them when it comes to our own. One particular aspect that has been influenced by others is our slang. Here's Zoe with Talk Story.
Hey guys, welcome to Talk Story. As you know, Hawaii has its own unique slang called pidgin. Hawaiian Pidgin English developed during the early 1900s when immigrants worked together in the sugar plantations. I reached out to numerous students here at Moanalua with the phrase, "You're not from Hawaii if you don't say blank." Let's see what they had to say.
You ain't from Hawaii if you don't say, how's it, uncle?
What's up with it? You're not from Hawaii if you don't say the kind. For example, auntie, you know the kind.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say pau, if you're not like plenty, pouch food yet, or something like that.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say akamai. For example, oh, you got that math question right, so akamai, dog.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say shishi. For example, oh, hurry up before I shishi my pants.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say bye-bye. For example, you see one rotten kid doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and you tell them, bye-bye, you learn.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say ho mean. For example, ho bra, the ways those mean Aunt Sandy's.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't say saw nails. Like if my sister ate the last lau lau, I'd be like, saw nails.
You're not from Hawaii if you don't use the word junk as like a describing word. For example, oh yeah, that was so junk. Or like, the food was pretty junk today, yeah.
Great choices, and I love the examples. I really cannot go a day without hearing at least one of those words or sayings. My personal favorite is POW, meaning all done. And with that being said, this segment on Talk Story is POW. Now back to you, Luke.
Thanks, Zoe. As you may know, high schools around the state have been challenged by distance learning, prompting many classes to go through numerous changes. Hands-on elective classes like news writing, yoga, and culinary heavily rely on in-person learning and group collaboration. Let's see how they adapt and right into it.
Like many high schools in Hawaii, Moanalua High School's elective classes have changed to fit distance learning.
I miss my friends, being in yoga with my friends, because that was like one of the only classes we had together to have fun. Yoga class was just like a very positive environment for everybody.
Under quarantine, news writing had a hard time teaming up to tackle new projects.
Back in April, we were in like the middle of working on our last issue, and it was really hard to collaborate and come up with ideas because we had to do everything from home. A lot of our work is done in school because that's how we can interview students, that's how we can meet the students in person. So we really had to adjust and kind of figure out, okay, we're not going back to campus, so what can we do for the time being? So we did have to do like separate Zoom meetings to really talk about our ideas and then kind of just do the most of work that we could individually. I think with virtual learning, it's been really hard to connect to the students because our class, we're always a pretty small class, usually under 10. So the staff ends up working really closely together. So with virtual learning, having the mute button there, it's really hard to just get to know the staff or like people and become friends.
Despite the connection issues, the students are determined to make things work.
We could improve, I guess, on really building our relationship. I guess that's how we get the best work because we're able to understand like everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and that kind of correlates to the articles you write. Like if we know one person's good at writing about sports, we'll have them be like our sports editor. So I guess the one big thing that could improve is really understanding everyone, having the class just be closer and more bonded and tight-knit so that we can have more fun too and really just do our best work.
Mindset-wise, I think I feel a little more comfortable now that nobody's there watching me. And I think I put in a little more work and I try to get as much of a sweat as I can as possible because I can shower right after in my own home.
Cassandra Al, Now Learning News.
I got it. Got it? Yes.
Being in an elective class that strives on group collaboration and in-person productions, making the change to distance learning was everything but easy. I definitely feel for you guys, but we're all in this together and we'll get through this. That being said, this concludes this special episode of Now Loading News. Feel free to keep in touch with us by following our Instagram at MOHS_broadcast. If you'd like to contact us, you can find our information on our website. On behalf of the team, mahalo for tuning in, and we hope you have a great month. I'm Luke Nakahoro. The loading is now complete.